So, Shovelware Studios. These guys were kinda cool, but looking at their players now. Yeah, they kinda fell off. But how did they get here? So, this all started on May 18, 2017. This is when they made their first game, Stop Poopy Pants Adventure Obby. This game was a hit. Even Dennis made a video on it. So yeah, a really big deal. So good, they made more. But then came the tragedy. So, that obby list featured a lot of copyrighted characters, some of which include Captain Underpants, Wimpy Kid, Cars, Minions, and even SpongeBob. You can also add the Grinch because of a tycoon they made. So, yeah, they really dodged copyright for 5 years, and then company snapped. Anyways, every Shovelware obby got shut down. Yeah, that's right, shut down. Nobody could join a game for a long time. In other words, everything was gone. On January 20th, 2022, the school obby got a non-copyright remake. This remake was called Shrunken School Obby. It followed the agents Cease and Desist, and they would team up to defeat Professor Bootleg. A few years later, history would be made. After Shrunken School, Shovelware made something that would top it. Introducing Shovelware's Brain Game. Shovelware's Brain Game is a quiz show where you partake to win fake prizes. Imagine answering a question about shoes and winning obby materials. This game was key because it had voice acting, NPCs, interactivity, etc. And as you can tell, it even went viral on YouTube. And as the final accomplishment, they even won an innovation award. Everything seems at peace, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. With Super Slime Simulator's lack of updates, Brain Game was next to fall. They planned out a final update, and then abandoned it after release. This was the start of Shovelware's downfall. So this is a kinda short chapter, but I forgot to mention this game in a previous chapter. The Minions obby actually had a sequel made for it, which was inspired by Sonic Forces. It was just called Despicable Forces. But how did this game survive, you ask? Shovelware sold it by selling Despicable Forces to another group called Despicable Boost. It continued to live on as the original. The other games were either left out or remade. As you can see in the background, I am playing a remake of the Captain Underpants obby. These remakes were really popular around the time Shrunken School was made. People wanted nostalgia, and greedy corporations gave it to them. But some people were actually original. Goldware Games is a meme version of Shovelware Studios. Instead of making games based off of movies, they made the FBI, Mr. Beast, Baldi, Talking Ben, Spooky Monk, etc. I actually played their games from time to time. Enough of the side characters though. Let's get back to Shovelware history. Shovelware Studios, after leaving Brain Game, decided on something else. A place they said constantly was Shovelware Studios Hollywood. And so they made a role-play game based on it. You could play as Brain Game cast, Shrunken School agents, Slime. And if you got all prizes in Brain Game, the announcer. But this game fell off quick. I did some research, and I only found to YouTubers. Plus, no awareness was spread. This began the era that we are in today. Now, this is where we stand today. Shovelware can barely keep a stable player count of 200. No games have been updated for 9 months. The last thing we ever got was a mini-game in Shovelware. Even the remakes and parodies fell off. Unless some guy has the best idea, adventure hobbies are dead.